The average sale price is on the rise in Portland metro real estate, and buyer demand is still holding on. But it's not all sunshine in Stumptown. I've been seeing some cause for concern, so stay tuned while we unpack the latest stats. The average sale price rose by 3% compared to the previous week and landed 5.3% higher than last year at this time. That's a higher year-over-year number than we've been seeing for the past few weeks, so it's good to keep in mind that we're dealing with a relatively small set of numbers, and we'll see some ebb and flow as a result of that. As a reminder, for the month of February, the sale prices were tracking about 2% higher than 2023. The supply of homes for buyers to choose from saw another slight increase, this time by about 2% over the previous week. That puts our overall supply of homes about 30% higher than what we were seeing last year at this time. Sellers may be getting tired of keeping their lives on hold and are deciding to move forward with their broader plans and list their homes for sale in greater numbers. We did see 567 homes hit the for sale market this last week. That number has been tracking higher than last year's number for about 5 weeks straight now. That's a new trend for this year and one that we're continuing to watch. On the demand side, the number of purchase agreements agreed to by buyers and sellers has been on the rise, as it should be this time of year. That number was up 12% over the previous week and landed just a hair higher than last year at this time. My cause for concern in buyer demand has to do with the number of lockbox opens, which is one of our best measures of high intent buyers out there looking at homes with their agents. The number of lockbox opens on the Oregon side of the border has been rising modestly from week to week, but still remains below what we were seeing last year at this time by about 9%. However, on the Washington side of the border, the number of lockbox opens are up by 18% compared to last year at this time. I'm a little worried that our pool of potential buyers, at least on the Oregon side, isn't as deep as it was last year and won't carry this year's market quite as far. Of course, I think that a drop in rates could change that dynamic in a snap. Speaking of rates, mortgage rates saw a little more up and down. The Fed board met this last week, and Chairman Powell said that they're still ready to wait longer before they cut the Fed funds rate, but also that they're still planning to do 3 cuts this year. When those cuts will take place is the big question. There's been very little movement on the 10-year Treasury today, which is one of our best indicators of where rates are headed. So I suspect that 6.375 is probably where we're going to end this. The number of foreclosures and pre-foreclosure homes on the market remained relatively unchanged. I did, however, notice a slight uptick in the number of notices of default, which is that first step in the foreclosure process. It wasn't a big increase, but it was enough for me to take notice, so I'll definitely be keeping an eye on those numbers. One thing that I did find interesting about those homes that did receive that notice of default is when they were purchased. Out of the 25 or so notices that came out this last week, only about 2 of the homes were purchased within the last 5 years. The lion's share of the homes have been owned for more than 5 years, some of them 10, 20, 30 years. Not what I was expecting. I was expecting to see more homes from the frenzy years of our market, and that simply wasn't the case. And there you have it, this week's insider glimpse into our market. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And remember, whether you're buying, selling, or just market curious, I'm here to keep you informed and empowered. So take care, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you right here next week.